Yo, what's up my beautiful family? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S model unboxing. You know, hey, I'm excited for the Xbox too, but me personally, I'm a PlayStation fanboy. You feel me? I've had the PS2, I didn't have the PS3, but you know, I did have the PS4. I did have the Xbox X. Was it that? No. Xbox One. Xbox One, there you go. But yeah, man, I'm excited for next gen, just in general. Yeah, let's get into the video, man. Let's go. So looks like a speaker, bro.
So we have some unusual boxes that showed up. They're very nondescript. There's a couple of stickers. You see the word Xbox there. Inside of here is going to be my best look, your best look yet at the next generation
Shout out to
consoles
Unbox
from
Therapy.
Microsoft.
I'm gonna link the video
names
to.
on here. Like, look at this.
I'm gonna put the link to the video in the description so you guys can go see it.
Project Toledo. It's important
Well, subscribe
to know
them
these
too.
are kind of
Super good channel.
non-functional. That's the reason the boxes are so light. I want to see the form factor, especially, actually, I might be more interested in the little guy. We got all the details recently on Series S. We just found out that it's going to be more affordable than a lot of people thought. But anyways, let's kick it off with the big boy.
Yeah, $100 less than the
that's
PS5.
in this box. And then we'll compare the two and give you a sense for scale. Maybe I'll compare them to some other things around here, so you guys can get a better idea of what to expect when these actually become available. Starting it off with Project Toledo. It's not like a leak
like you said,
these are actually from Microsoft. So this is the official
These are non-functional.
final
These are
design
just the console,
of
you
each
feel
of these
me?
units. And
So,
actually, even this one is
let's see
smaller
what they
than
look
I
like.
thought. Looking at it in pictures, this will be your Series X.
The X is black
I've been
and the S
talking
is
about
white.
this shape on Lou later.
Is that what it is?
I called it a rectangular prism. Others said, Lou, don't you remember primary school? It's called a cuboid. You could call it either. Those are acceptable terms.
Cuboid. I've never heard of it. Cuboid.
It's a real thing. Would
Yeah,
you check
like
out
he
this
said.
cuboid? Whoa, cool. That is much smaller than I expected. I was a bit concerned when I saw
looks
the
like a
initial
speaker,
images. I was
dude.
like, how do you put that thing underneath a TV in an actual entertainment kind of, or what about even on a desk? It was a little bit strange, but it's actually not that huge. And when you consider the horsepower they've been able to pack in here, it's borderline impressive. And I mean, of course, we're going to have 12 teraflops of power, and I'll take as many as I can get. So you've also got the super fast NVMe SSD in there, 1 terabyte of storage compared to 512 on the other unit. So so yeah, it's going to have a tremendous amount of power, the most power ever in an Xbox, and an unusual form factor. It has this large base down here on the bottom, so it can stick and stand like that. But I also noticed straight away you do have feet on it, so yes, you can lay it down. Now, I don't know what type of furniture you're dealing with, whether or not you can find a good spot for that, but I think some users will actually go this way with it, and it appears that Microsoft is telling you you can because you have feet.
What is that? It looks like a
outside
little
of the unit. Now, the way I'm handling
box.
it, yes, it's lightweight. The components are not on the inside. That's important to know.
I'm not trying to
This
hate.
model obviously
I love
also has
PS, PlayStation,
a disk
but
drive slot.
you know, I respect
Singular
Xbox too.
eject
I've had
button,
one before.
The Xbox button over here, which looks to be backlit or will eventually be backlit. There looks to be some kind of a sync button for your controllers. Also, a singular USB Type-A port on the front.
It does look like a
Xbox
rectangle, but I guess
branding up
it's
here. And then as we flip it around to
I've never
the
heard
back,
of a cuboid.
we have 2 more USB Type-A with the SS indicator above there. We have storage expansion as well. If you need more storage than the 1 terabyte that's baked in, you have a network port for your Ethernet. There's an HDMI out, and then your power connection in that section right there. So
I like the little storage, the USBs.
Visual appearance of
if you want more storage, you can just
now
put a
let's
little
go
USB
ahead
in there.
and
That's
compare the arguably as exciting, maybe more exciting to some people, Series S, which we just got all the details for this one, just got uncovered. Project Stockton. And originally the renders kind of had this thing as an actual cube, but it turns out it's also some type of prism, and it is tiny. Now I don't know
It's such a weird
what this
shape
is
for a
meant
console.
to compete with. Of course, it doesn't have the horsepower of the Series X, so maybe it goes up
Like, bro,
against something like
what
the
is that?
Nintendo Switch, or maybe it just pulls users away from Sony because the entry price point on this is set to be $299, which is, I mean, incredibly affordable for a next generation console of any kind.
Yeah,
Keep
that
in
is
mind,
true.
this model is going to be
$299
targeted at
for next gen console.
1440p
That is.
gaming up to 120 frames per second, as opposed to the 4K target of the
I
Series
mean, you could get a
X.
PS4
I
too
think,
for like 300.
I think for a lot of
250.
users that may be
But-
okay, given the price discrepancy, $299 and $499. The GPU will be different,
Damn.
however, the processor will be the same, and the storage will be a little bit different. There's a few small differences, but ultimately, I can see this being very attractive for a number of buyers. I mean, look at the
Yep.
scale of it. You could put that anywhere. You barely even notice it. Now, people have
Yep.
made a bit of a meme of the design, saying that it looks like some sort of a laundry machine or something like that.
Bro, it looks like a
I mean, I
speaker.
don't mind it. Black and white, Stormtrooper look, couple
Or
of
like,
different
yeah, whatever, little laundry
simple
shit.
shapes. You do have a legitimate USB port on the front, similar to the other one, and also a sync button, likely for the controller. The Xbox button, which again appears to be backlit. This vent on the top of the unit. I flip it around to the back side. We have our Ethernet port. Once again, two separate USB Type A ports, HDMI, storage expansion, and your power
Simple,
connector.
simple.
Now, this one
Really.
has feet on the bottom side, so it can be upright like this next to the
But I'm actually
Series
surprised
X,
at the
and you can
price,
just tell how tiny it
sure.
is when you compare the two. I mean, it's pretty wild, in fact. It's almost,
The price,
I mean,
bro.
you could get 4
$299.
of these guys.
A lot of people are gonna get that,
At
bro.
least 3. You could definitely get 3 of these guys into there. And then you also have feet down on the bottom here, so you can lay it down, which again, I think this is how most people end up using it. And when it's like this, I think, I'm gonna pull out a controller,
Shit's so
just so you
tiny.
can see the scale there. I mean, it's like 2 controllers wide,
So tiny.
and it's 1 controller deep. This thing is tiny. You can place it anywhere. You could even travel with it. You could go to your pal's house and easily fit that into a bag or a backpack. Well, I guess you could do it with either. Yeah, so it probably makes sense as well to do a quick scale comparison against a PlayStation. This is a
Okay.
PlayStation 4 that's been kicking around the studio for a while. There's been many versions of this, but this is one of the popular ones in terms of scale. So typical PlayStation 4, and you can see how that measures up next to the Series X. From a volume perspective, obviously it's much deeper. The Series X is taller, depending on which way that you have it placed. But
Yeah.
kind of, I guess, commensurate in scale in terms of volume, just laid out a little bit differently. One thing
What
is,
next gen
on
console
this
are you guys
unit,
gonna
will
get?
see
Let
some
me know in
people
the
actually
comments
place
below.
a monitor right on top of it if they're cramped for space, obviously. And I'm talking about like a computer monitor, a smaller
In
monitor.
my opinion, I feel like
You
more
may
people
or
are
may
gonna go
not
with
do
the
that over
PS5.
here. I don't know if the
that's
footprint
just
is
my
going to
opinion.
allow for it.
Yeah.
It's unlikely.
There's
You
a lot
probably-
of
probably
Xbox
place
fans
this
too out there.
beside. And then when you compare the PlayStation 4 to the Series S, well, that's quite a big difference. They're about the same height, very similar in height, as you can see there. Very little difference in height, and then about half the depth of a PlayStation 4. So that's pretty
Bro,
impressive that they were able to
that
cram
shit is
everything
small.
into a little box. A
Legit.
one-handed holdable box. Sony has their work cut out for them because, as I've talked about on the Lou Later show many times, they're scheduled, or at least the rumor is at the moment, that they're going to just put out a PlayStation 5 and a PlayStation 5 digital. So essentially 2 models to compete with this one at price points presumably very close to the price of this one, but they're probably not going to have a next generation play in the same price territory as this little guy. And so that's going to be interesting to see how the market responds.
facts.
Everybody, I mean, there's a lot of cost sensitivity right now, and I think I think
And the
this is
controls,
gonna be a bit of a win
the controls,
for
the control.
Xbox to have a $299
Feel me?
option
It is what it
this
is.
holiday
Xbox
season.
controller,
And it
it
actually
is what
goes
it
one
is.
step further because of
PS5
course
controls,
Microsoft is
in my
launching
opinion,
their
way
Game
better.
Pass stuff.
I've seen the PS5
and
one.
the word right now is that there's going to be some sort of financing way in which you can buy either of these along with Game Pass. And the number that's being floated around right now is $25 a month for this one with Game Pass. And that's, of course, access to hundreds of titles, or $35 per month with access to Game Pass if you want
That's
the
not
more
bad.
advanced console. So,
If you want to
some
make
pretty
any payments,
interesting stuff happening in gaming.
pay
The
the
other thing to
payments.
mention about Game Pass, if you have that subscription, it's not going to be exclusive to your Xbox. It's working on other platforms. You can play on Android with one of these controllers or some other controller. So it's a pretty cool deal and an interesting way to think about gaming. I'm not sure how they're going to do it all. Is it all going to have to come via their website or through retail partners? But anyway, there you have it. It's a quick and very early look at the upcoming next generation consoles from Microsoft, the Xbox
Looks
Series
a
S
little weird,
and
but
the Xbox
you know,
Series X.
pretty sure a lot of people are gonna buy it. Pretty sure that's the whole video right there. No, man, that's pretty much it for the whole video. Hope you guys enjoyed the little reaction. And yeah, man. Let me know what you guys are gonna get. PS5, Xbox, you know. Yeah, man. See you guys in the next one. Peace.